Hello, once again, it is Dogbird here with another character spotlight here in DC Worlds Collide. Obviously, today the character spotlight is on the newest legendary character as of this recording, and that is Green Lantern Hal Jordan, or just Green Lantern Hal, as he is known in the game. As all legendaries, don't forget that their character shards are hard to come by because they are legendaries and have very low drop rates, almost non-existent. So keep that in mind when we're looking at this character. Now let's take a look at him in game. So here he is in game. I do have him up at rank 8. This legendary character is a DPS red character, so you have another red character. We don't have too many of those that are decent like this character. However, you're going to see he does need a certain team. And he does require investment in order to get him to do the amount of damage you really want him to do. Once you get that investment, though, he is very, very good. Now, as you can see, as far as gearing, obviously you want a basic attack set, as you'll see, but I'm also doing a speed set, as you'll see on his basic while I'm doing that. I did do a 4-piece speed and 2-piece attack, although you can do 4-piece speed, 2-piece crit as well, or you can go 2-2-2 if you want to do 2-piece speed, 2-piece crit, 2-piece attack. It all should work. But with Hal, let's take a look at his emblem right now. This is something else you will need with Hal, is to invest in his emblem, not just for what it does, but also the extra increase in stats, such as attack, damage amplification, and crit damage. The first level is just adds one additional instance of the bombardment. It may not sound like much, but that is extra damage. The second level is 2 instances now, and if so you kill somebody, you get attack power to 10%. That's really not the whole point to this. Again, it's more to get that extra bombardment and better stats. And in the 3, now it's 3 chances of it. And during the cast, in each stack, each instance of damage stacks 2% damage amplification for subsequent instances. This sounds crazy, getting even more damaging once you get into rank 3 emblem. Or level 3. Not sure which one it's called, technically. Anyway, let's take a look at his skills. This is what we're talking about, the bombardment. We go right to the ultimate aerial bombardment. At first, he summons an aerial bombardment dealing 7 instances of damage. Each hit deals attack power equal to 80% of his attack power to a random enemy target. The good news is there's 7 instances of it. The bad news is you don't know which target it's going to hit. It is just an AoE, but that could technically hit 1 target, could hit all 5 targets, could hit 2. You don't know. Ranking them up, damage increases to 90%, and you get an additional instance of damage for each target killed. So if you were to manage to kill 2 targets, you'd get 2 more damage instances. Rank 10 just brings it up to 100% damage. His basic is actually quite good and quite necessary. This is why I'm running a speed set. I want his basic to go off as much as possible. Swings a sword to attack an enemy target, dealing physical damage equal to 85% of his attack power, and grants himself a shield that absorbs damage equal to 40% of attack power for 2 rounds. That's going to be very important. He does have multiple passives again, because he is a legendary. At the start of the round, there's a 50% chance to enhance the basic attack for that round, changing it to dealing 2 instances of damage. Additionally, the attack power of the enhanced basic increases by 10%. In other words, instead of being 85, it will be 95%, and he'll hit for 2 times. Again, this is why you want to get that basic going and why you want speed on him. Also, once you rank him up, when triggered, it will dispel 2 debuff or control. It means he can dispel like a stun or a silence on him, since it's going off his basic. Prioritize dispelling control effects, such as like the silence, for instance. And the enhanced basic attack will grant all allies shields as well. So instead of just giving himself this shield for 40% of his attack, it's going to give it to the entire team, helping them surviving better. Rank 9, it goes up to a 60% chance to increase it, only 10% over that 50. Not great, but something. Next passive, he increases his attack power by 15% before casting each skill. Converts all of his shield into strength. Every amount of shield equal to 1% of max hit point. Additionally, increases damage amplification with a skill by 1% up to a maximum of 50%. Ranking him up to rank 8, this is where that comes in, increases damage amplification from shield to 2% instead. It's actually quite a big jump. It might not seem like much, but it ranks this up very quickly. And level 3 converts 50% of the shield into healing of the equivalent amount. That's okay, not great. And his final passive, he shares his willpower with his teammates. Every time an ally's current hit point drops by 1%, any shield he gains is strengthened by an additional 1% up to 100%. So in other words, this is going to go up very, very quickly, because your tanks are going to take hits and get damage. At least they should. And then his shields are he's going to gain, and he's going to get more powerful. And then, of course, where is it? This passive, or he takes that shield and makes it into more damage. Then you combine it with this. It means he can hit very, very hard in the end, as you'll see once we go into a fight. We also have tactical renaissances, one of which we can't unlock. We don't know who those characters will be. The other one here is Flash, another legendary character to get 3% attack and 6% defense. And of course, Carol, Star Sapphire Carol gives him 3% attack and 6% hit points. And Hal's an interesting character. He's not really a standalone character. He does actually require minimum 1, preferably 2 characters to really work well. The first one, of course, being Lex Luthor. You absolutely have to have Lex Luthor with if you want to use Hal to get those shields. The other character that you prefer to also bring with would be Jessica Cruz. This trio is actually a trio that you actually always want to be using, and you'll see we really the fourth and fifth characters aren't as important. You're pretty much going to be using just these 3 characters' ultimates. This is not going to be a team you can play on auto correctly. It really needs to be done manually, as you're about to see. So with all this said, let's go ahead and take a look at them in battle. Now I will be going to advance myself in the main stage as 34-18. As you can see, I'm going against 2 silver characters here. So this will not be easy. I already know I can do it, because I just kind of quit out, so I didn't complete it. Now I do have 3 drawings, collection items here that I will be using. I'll try to explain them as I go through the fight, why I do them in the order I do them. This team consists of Nightwing, Lex Luthor, Jessica Cruz, Hal Jordan, and Zatanna. The 4th and 5th characters are swappable, as you'll see. I picked this team because Nightwing has incredible survivability, and Zatanna brings lifesteal and healing to help keep everybody up when we're doing a punch-up such as this. So let's get right onto the fight. The first thing I'm actually going to start out with is actually the throne. This gets defense out to the entire team, allowing them to survive. This is not a quick killing team. This is a longer, takes a little bit longer to ramp up their damage. First thing I always do is the Lex Luthor shield, because we're using Luthor's tactical renaissance. We want to get that damage reduction from the shield, plus, shield just keeps us alive. Next, we're going to do Parallax because Hal Jordan is my highest attack power in this team. It's going to go to him. We want to wait for that to hit, and then we immediately can hit Hal's ultimate right after Lex. Now we're going to start to get into a new pattern here of how we do this. It's going to go Hal Jordan, and whenever Lex goes with his shields, it's going to be Jessica Cruz immediately following him after. So we're always going to want to keep at least 1 energy here, so when we hit 5, we have 6 energy, and that will set off Jessica Cruz. Now we can set off the plane finally. As you'll see why we're not doing Jessica Cruz, we want to wait until Lex goes. There's his shield. He puts out his shield, and you immediately want to hit Jessica Cruz's ultimate. Here she goes. He's going to do big AoE damage. We are never going to hit Nightwing and Zatanna. More than likely we won't hit her. There is a situation where you can hit her if you get enough energy saved up. So now here comes another one. Jessica and Lex are on cooldown. Now we can hit Hal's, because we just got shields from Jessica and Lex, so it lets him do big damage. You can see we've taken out 2 of them already. Even though we have 2 energy, we do not hit Zatanna. We want to save this energy, because up next is we need 6 energy for Lex and Jessica. We wait for Lex to take his turn. There he goes. Now we hit Lex, and then we hit Jessica. Here comes lots of shielding for Hal. It's essentially powering him up, but you also get big AoE damage out of Jessica. That's why it is a trio. Next time this ultimate comes around, we're going to be hitting Hal. Here he comes. Hal's going to hit. We have 3 energy left. We can fit 5, so we want to save that energy as much as we can to make sure that we can always do the ultimate combinations we need. Up next will be, again, Lex Luthor and Jessica. Okay, here comes Lex, here comes Jessica. So as long as we're not overfilling this, we can keep saving that energy. Once in a while, you'll get to have like 4 energy left, and then you would want to cast Santana. You really want a 2 ultimate energy. You don't want to use up more energy than you need to. Okay, it's time for Hal again. And here's a situation where we have 4. We'd want to use Santana now just to get that down so that we get all 5 energy on refill. As you can see, we're not really even taking a whole lot of damage. We have constant shields here, and we actually have 1. I was waiting to do another round. Like I said, this is not a team that's going to kill quickly, so like in those ones where you need 5, 6 rounds, it's not going to work. But for these main stages where you're taking a lot of damage and you just need to be able to survive and slowly whittle them down, this team is perfect. As you can see, Hal is absolutely a beast. Getting almost up into Killer Frost numbers with this team. As you can see, Jessica's quite good too with this team because of the way the team works. And it's quite good. Now I'll take you back to a different stage. I found that it's pretty good for testing out like DPS characters because there's not a whole lot of damage you take, so you can kind of mess with the lineups. And this 27-3. It has a whole lot of healing with Kid Flash and Phantom Stranger with heals. So one lineup I found that actually works quite well is actually this lineup. You bring in Lex Luthor, Penguin, you put Two-Face in the back row. Now the reason why this works is if you have a higher Penguin, you've invested in his emblem, he puts damage amplification for his back row characters. Two-Face also gives, in addition, he also increases damage when he's in the back row as well. Because we're never going to really use their ultimates, we can do this, and if we needed to use an ultimate, Penguin's only a 2 ultimate, just like I said with Santana. You want somebody who only costs 2 if you're going to cast an ultimate, outside of these 3 over here. So again, this is another fight. We always start off with the throne. And you can see we already got some shields up. We're going to get the Lex shields out. Hal had given us shields already because of that enhanced basic passive. Now we want to put Parallax into Hal. If you don't have Parallax, he just won't hit as hard. Now we can do Hal's ultimate as he uses up his shield, delivering that damage. Yeah, we can get the plane out, because don't forget, shields can crit. So like, you can get even more shield power with Lex when you do this, so that's why the plane's so good. Lex, Jessica combo. Of course, Jessica's also giving out shields as well, which is just powering up Hal even more. Next turn will be Hal's turn in the next round, I should say, not turn. I guess they kind of go back and forth on that turn round lingo. Looking game. It is time for Hal to go. Here he comes. Two-Face is just kind of standing there. He puts out the occasional bleed. Penguin puts out the occasional poison too. He's got that shield up or doing more damage. Here comes Lex and Jessica. Because Penguin has his umbrella up, we're getting damage amplification right now. Big hit from Jessica. Alright, it's time for Hal again. Now we're down to 3 energy. 5 will fill it up, that's okay. If this was 4, we would be using Penguin's ultimate here. Alright, we gotta wait for Lex to take his turn. We get the energy as well. There we go. It's time for Jessica and Lex. Lex putting out his shields. That powers up Jessica's. Who puts out more shields. Big whack. That Fam Stranger has like a whole lot of defense up. He doesn't take a whole lot of damage right now. And it's going to be Hal's turn in a second here. This is going to be a situation where we'd want to use Penguin ultimate because we were at 4 energy after that. So just doing a little bit of damage heals him up if we need it. But if you're using Penguin, he needs to be built up anyway, so he shouldn't be taking too much damage. Yeah, here's the Lex Jessica combo again. As you can see, this is why this absolutely will not work on auto. Auto would never work right with this kind of team. So we get ready for Hal again. Because we're down to just 2, it's a lot better chances of hitting the target you want. As we get ready for the Lex Jessica combo yet again. Wait for Lex, there we go. As you see, we're actually killing Kid Flash, who is actually the technical boss on this node. We are taking him down very slowly, not very quickly. Another character who, of course, could work in that 5th slot would be Killer Frost. Amazing DPS, would go a lot quicker. I'm just doing this to show you how Two-Face and Penguin can amplify damage in the back row. Alright. Should technically use Penguin quickly. Did I do it quick enough? I think I did. Yes, I did. So we'll get Jessica. You can see we have constant shields. We're not taking a whole lot of damage. We're even getting some damage out of Two-Face and some stuns, which is quite silence, not stun. Well, he can get stuns too, but you'd have to use his ultimate. While he's mostly doing silences, that's also quite nice to help. We need to be a bit more defensive. We're actually going to clear this just short of the time limit. Oh, nice! We got the Green Lantern victory screen. So let's take a look at the damage. Again, Hal number 1. Two-Face was just sitting there, not really doing a whole lot. Jessica, again, doing pretty well. So that just about wraps it up for Hal Jordan, other than his only downsides is he's a legendary, like I said. And that's kind of hard to get those rank ups on him, but you definitely need it on him as much as possible. But he's a very good character. Congratulations if you got him. He was a very hard pull for me. It took me 60-some pulls to get him. I got very lucky, I guess. So I hope this video is helpful and informative, and until next time, everybody.